Hey guys, this is Genesis. I'm coming back to you with another video about Dissension, and today we are looking at creating missions for Dissension and kind of wrapping up, or starting to wrap up the West AI. Now there's a lot left to do, and it's a little bit more tedious, so I'm going to make sure this is a timed video and that I kind of just explain what's going on. So, a couple of parts of this. I'm going to start the time now. Alright, so what we're looking to do really is to wrap up the remaining AI, and one of the things that includes is their personality and reactions. Now remember that the AI commanders have different personalities that get assigned to them. So like if we go to those functions here, we go to commander personality, you'll see that each of the commanders can be assigned random personalities as seen here. Now we're starting with 7 because it's already a lot of work to do as 7, and they have random personalities, which means different strategies that they enjoy. Some are more cautious than others, some like hiring other people, some prefer guerrilla tactics, and then combined with that, I should say, you're going to have different army focuses. As in, the AI will focus on like maybe having a lot of infantry or heavy armor or light armor, instead of just having an even keel through all these. So it's going to vary it up and make each time the player plays a unique experience due to that. So that's something I'm really looking forward to implementing. It's a very important feature to me, but it's also a very difficult one to do in terms of kind of like the amount of work and stuff you have to do. So I'm making a lot of messy scripts right now, and then I'm going to go back and optimize them later after I kind of fully understand the full scope of everything. So I'm having this problem of kind of being able to understand exactly what I want to do, so I'm kind of making some things that work, and they're more fillers than anything right now, but I hope to come back to them and flesh them out more. So taking a look at the commander brain right here, we have this whole thing is just the basic stuff the commander needs to operate. Like these are some basic decision making abilities right here. All this right here. This is essentially how to get resources, when to move, when to attack, where to attack, and how to attack. This is what this is right here. Now, this is great. Like you can literally just play a game right now with this commander. There's no op4 yet on the sides where op4 will be. But with that said, is I want to incorporate the personality stuff, as you can see what this little guy right here is. I want to incorporate that, and then I'll be looking to creating op4 all the way. So what does that mean, personality stuff? What does that really mean? Well, like I said, we have all these different unique personalities, right? So we have shock and awe, defensive, evasive, cautious, PMC, support enthusiast, and guerrilla. Now what I have to do is go through each one and what to do. Create missions. I decided so far that hey, each one's going to have their own set of missions, and they're going to share, especially in the beginning, like 99% of them, but maybe 1 or 2 of these will have unique missions the players can do. They're going to have to respond to threats, and they're going to have special events that will occur, and if there's nothing to be done, we'll skip. So I was like, okay, so this is already a tall order to do quickly. My thinking is if I complete one of these, then the rest of these will be relatively copy and paste and changing where it matters to make the uniquenesses pop out, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to keep reinventing the wheel every time. So the first thing I'm working on in this are the missions. I want the AI commanders to give the players missions. And I can show you the 2 of the missions I have right now. It isn't fully functional yet, and so I kind of have to force spawn the missions in, which is okay. But hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. So right now I'm working on the missions, and right now this is a dead end. The commander will get here and then stop. But what happens is, depending on the style, the commander will run this script. Where is it? Mission creation, I think. Yep. It'll run this depending on the side of the play style of the commander. It'll go ahead and create all the missions. And then down here it will select a mission that hasn't been done before. And you can see I've only done 2 so far. So I'm going to show you 2 missions that I've done. I'm working on this one we're going to be looking at is the ambush mission. And what's that going to be? Like I said, it's all going to be very basic, very placeholdery, and then I can go back later, or other people can as well, and flesh the missions out to be a little bit more in depth. Now this is the tricky part about this, is the missions can't be crazy in depth. Can't have too much going on in them because they might interfere with too much. So it has to be very, very basic things, very small and contained. So you can't do anything crazy because you're making missions within a mission. So you gotta kind of be aware of your limitations there. So what we can do is I'm gonna cheat because I don't want to waste time actually, doing the mission like the correct way of running around trying to shoot all the AI and having me get shot in the back several times may not be the most fun, exciting experience. So we'll do the bomb defusal one first. Now the bomb defusal one is one that I like a lot, and I got this from, oh, who was that? I think it was someone that made it for Arma 2 and got ported over. I think Cobra. Yeah, I just checked. Yep, it's Cobra. It was Cobra. Okay. So yeah, so it uses a really cool, interesting script you're going to see. And this is something I did not make, but something I'm going to utilize. The goal is, if it's already made in the community and they're willing to let me use it, then that's fantastic. Let me just use that. I don't need to reinvent the wheel or do anything crazy. So you can see, spawned in.
Congratulations, cool. Soldier. You've been promoted.
All that stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a mission here. We'll do the bomb defusal first. Like I said, right now this is all placeholder. You can see the top right, I get bomb detonation. Starts running on my screen. And I can go to current mission here. I can say the rough area of a dirty bomb has been marked on the map. Find and kill a squad defending it, find the code, and defuse the bomb. I also can go to recent orders. You can see defuse the bomb is right here. So there's more than one way for players to see that, especially if you join in progress. You'll be able to see it there. You can see it puts a yellow mark on the map. And somewhere in this area, there's a bomb to find. I may increase this to 30 minutes or so, but right now that's what it's at. So I'm like, oh cool, so I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to mark my enemies on the map. I'm going to make it so I can teleport around. And I'm going to go ahead and player set captive true. And I can zoom in and cheat and see, oh, here's the squad. They spawned a little, not exactly in the center, but a little bit off here. And this circle is kind of random where it gets placed. It will always contain the area, but it will never leave it. It'll never be right on top. So, and I haven't tested this yet, so we'll see how this goes. So you can see it spawns in a squad, just a very basic squad you have to limit. They're guarding the bomb. And I'm looking for the bomb structure. One of these guys has a code or a wire that you have to cut. They have the information on. Here's this guy. Here he is, right here. Speaking of that, it says the code. So you can see what you'd normally do is you have to show up and kill these guys, and I can probably just pull the code from him like this. And it says wire white, so I have to cut the white wire. Now, I have to find, and I don't see it quite yet. I do not see the bomb. And so I don't remember what object I made the bomb with. So we'll take a look at that and see. I know if we have to, I'll teleport to it. Let's go take a look at that. So if we pull up we know it's the white wire we have to cut. And let's go to bring up the missions here. Bomb defusal. And we can see my terribly inefficient code here. Okay. Okay. Oh, is it sitting? Nope, it should be at positions here. So let's go ahead and teleport to positions. These guys. Player, set pause, get pause, case bomb. Huh? Oh, it's right underneath his feet. So this is a really tiny thing. I might change this. This is super tiny. Well, that is incredibly tiny. And if I'm looking at this, it doesn't seem like I can interact with it. Let me kill this guy just to make sure. Sorry, buddy. Let's see. You know what I didn't do? This is an older version that I forgot to update and I lost the progress. So, we're going to do a little bit live action fixing before the bomb detonates. We're going to go ahead and figure out how to fix that. And I can figure this out quite easily if I go into the There needs to be another add action here. Essentially the case bomb's going to have another add action. And let's go ahead and go into the... man, I feel like I'm... There it is. Let's go ahead and go right into the mission. And I believe you had an add action in here somewhere. Ah, yes. This is what I put in there. And what is now missing from it, because I forgot to save it like the good coder that I am. I'm going to do that. And we're going to get rid of the double quotes here. Dun, 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 dun. So what I'm doing is adding the action onto the bomb that allows the players to actually disarm the bomb. And I don't know why that's coded like that. Huh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just grab this. So I fixed the code in the script, and now I'm going to go ahead and force it to run here. Now you can see there's a defuse the bomb action here. And oh, the command already got cleaned up by my scripts. Defuse the bomb. Alright, and here it is. This is an awesome little thing. So it's going to give you two things. It's going to be randomized each time. You'll either will get a code, and you don't want to hit enter, and this always it'll blow up on you. Or you can get wires. I don't have to white wire. You see, defuses the bomb. It says town taken in the top left, bomb defused bottom, and you get 1,000 cash. Now this needs to change from town taken to bomb defused. Now this is awesome when you fix things like this, and then you forget to save. Always remember to save. So you get the point. So there's that one. So the players have to find. They have to find the bomb and defuse it and kill the squad that's guarding it. Now if you find the squad, it should be pretty easy to tell where the bomb is, so I think I'm going to make it a larger object. This feels really dirty. I'm just trying to clean up the AI. Wow.
Congratulations,
I just got promoted for that.
You've been promoted.
It's a little ruthless. Okay. There we go. So there's that. You see the AI are taking over this town. AI are really good at taking over towns now. Okay, so there's that mission. Now the other mission is the hostage rescue mission, which is relatively straightforward. It's like I said, another placeholder. Keep in mind these are more like they're going to have some merit to them, and they're going to vary the experience, but they're going to be mostly just placeholders. These are the only two that are done currently. So let's do the hostage rescue. You can see the marker went away and everything once the mission's complete. So what will happen naturally is after X amount of time, the commander will spawn another mission in. Or you could say just populate one actually in the very same area. And this area can be randomized. Since he's up against the water here, it's going to be somewhere like probably in, obviously in the western side. Then we can see it actually generated 2 squads actually inside this town. So this mission would be extra tough because now you have to take a town at the same time. So you can see it spawns in one squad randomly here. And another squad here guarding the hostages. And here are the hostages. Okay. And this guy has his hands up. These two do. And they do their own thing. So pretty much you just hit rescue on them and they disappear. And once you do that, hostage rescued plus 100 or plus 1,000. So that's all there is to it. You can do. The players can choose how to do that, whatever, however they damn well please. So there you go. You can see that these guys, these missions will also use these more armed troops instead of the typical militia that you're used to. So they'll be a little bit more difficult to kill. A little bit more experience or tactics may be required, or lots of firepower. So there you go. Oh, I left a survivor, guys. Did I get him? Oh, I got him. Okay, he's dead. So those are the 2 missions we have now. You get the basic idea. Short, simple, sweet, a little bit of variance in them. Nothing too much. And I'm kind of curious to see how this battle's going. I just fixed the bug with the AI dancing during combat. There we go. It looks like they're doing their thing. You're not commander. Oh, he's laying on the beach. Okay. It looks like they're doing their thing. I'm gonna leave them to that. We'll see what happens. How are these guys doing? These guys are also doing their thing. Okay, so let's work on creating at least one more mission. My goal is that, since this is so tedious for me, I actually find this very boring. This part of it, just being honest about it. So I'm gonna start these basic missions. I might add a few, because depending on the commander playstyle here, they're each gonna have their own unique ones, and we're gonna figure that out as we go. So we're going to start with the ambush here. And what I always do is copy and paste from my previous one. So the code you see here is from the hostage rescue mission. And this is so I can easily copy and paste code that I want to reuse as well. So what I'm thinking here for the ambush one is the players are sent to an area to ambush and destroy an enemy group. So I'm thinking what I want to do for this one is let me enable Zeus so I can, well, that building is definitely on its side. Actually, I don't even need this game to be running anymore because of that reason. What I'm thinking is, anyway, to get to the point, is to have a little bit more well-defended area. So I want to make each mission at least a little different. I want to have a little bit more well-defended area with at least one enemy vehicle. It's a light vehicle, nothing heavy, something that they have to ambush to kill, not just people. And I want to have, this is not going to be a random area. So they're going to be this location. You need to go find them and kill them. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to have, let's see, because we're going to be using these guys. I have a lot of extra stuff running on here. And I'm trying to use just basic default Arma stuff right now. And then I can come in and make it more unique later. Who are these guys? What's this from, I wonder? What mod is this? Or RHS, okay. So just do basic AAF, and I'm thinking that what they'll have to kill is going to be, let's do a let's do a fuel. Just one fuel vehicle. And a GMG. And I'm putting them down here so I can get their class names. And I want them to be guarded by, say, let's see here. Now, I can't remember an Arma. I thought there was a command I could use to create groups. Let's see. It's just like create, not create group, but create or what was it? It's a way to do it. Create guard point. That's kind of cool. So there's a way to spawn an entire group like this, and I can't remember how to do that. So I'm gonna see if I can find that, because that'll speed it up. Because I'd like to just spawn in, like, say, a weapon squad or something. I don't really care about the composition of it. You know, I just want something quick and easy. So Arma spawn and group of AI. Maybe how would you even Google that? AI groups. Let's see. I could probably figure out if I dug a little bit longer, but I just kind of want to see if anyone already has one. So I don't want to. I just kind of like doing the create unit command. I wonder if it's much more efficient to use the create group command or something like that. And I've done it before. I just don't remember how I did it. What is this called? Let's see, man. Okay. Arma spawn config groups, like groups in the config. This func spawn group. Function which handles the spawning of dynamic groups of characters. Dynamic. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know this existed. Spawn 5 random east units at a pause. Spawn a striker MGS platoon at marker tank spawn. Config groups west biz armored. Okay, I see how that works. Config groups. Oh, interesting. Look at that. So what we're going to do is, man, So this command right here is actually relatively slow. So if I use anything like this, what I want to do is in the init, I want to have that already predefined once, so I don't have to keep calling it over and over again. So let's take a look. We'll take a look at the config file. Config groups. Okay, so we go up here to, man, I still have not used this a lot. Was it tools? There's a config viewer here, and this says when you go config file, config groups. So let's get out of this. Config groups. There it is. Here's West, empty, and independent. Okay, here's independent, and AAF. Let's do basic AAF. And we have these different groups here. Let's do let's see, this is a guy that has a UAV, UGV. What if we do a motorized group? AA, GMG. So look at all these cool dudes here. And what are these guys? So we can go over here and go infantry. Oops, these are these guys right here. Here's motorized, and we can kind of see. Oh, that's the motorized. Oh, that's the anti-armor team. Motorized GMG team. You think the GMG team would actually... Oh, it must be the static weapons of them, yeah. Motorized reinforcements, like all these cool things. Motorized team. That's, you know, it's not bad. That would be, I think, a good, pretty solid randomization. So let's go ahead and maybe we should define some of these. So we just go into Tools, Config Viewer. And you see how I got this right here? I'm just going to copy this. We're going to go to this init here. And I'm going to want everyone to define these because I might have clients call them in odd situations. If not, maybe we'll come back and we do that. Define groups we want to spawn later. This way, and the reason why I'm doing it in the init to SQF is I want them to run it once, and I don't want them to run it over and over and over and over again. So we're going to do this. We'll start from the beginning. We're going to do this is half motor inf AA. Whoop. Let's put this I'm going to do independent AA like that. I think I can do something like that. And I have not done this in a while, so that way now I can define that there. And the hope is, if I take a look at this, that I can just put, instead of putting this whole chunk here, I can just put this there, and that it'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So now I can just kind of do this a couple times, and I can just go through these and change. It looks like this goes over to the right a little bit. I can change this to AT. This one to GMG team. This looks like MG team. Make sure I got this right. Yep. GMG, MG. Okay, here's the Morts team. And then there's the, what's this? Reinforce. We have one more, just called team. So there. And let's go ahead and go, this will be AT. This will be GMG. This will be MG. This will be MO for mortar. This will be RE for reinforce. And this will be TE. Alright, that's a really quick and dirty way to do that. So now at the very beginning, everyone will just cache this. It'll just be cached. Which is good. So now we can do that. Hits once. And then now what we can do is even, to make it even easier, we can put, we can do this group indie array. And I can put each of these just right into the array. Like so. Bam. Bam. So you can see, I'm looking at the time here, this is taking, of course I didn't know all the commands and everything. This is taking already like 25 minutes of time just to get like a mission not even started yet. So you can see why this takes a lot of time. Sometimes it's tedious because it's not necessarily the fun part of it for me. So there, now we have all this. Sweet, look at that. Now we all put it into a giant array, and if we want to, we can call each one individually, depending on the mission. So now we can go back to the ambush, and I was just thinking ahead because I want to have that all set up ahead. But now before we even spawn any troops in, we need to figure out, okay, the ambush, how should that be? Well, I want to make sure it's always kind of not too far for the players to go. So I do like this beginning part here of getting the position of where the commander is, and kind of doing a random 3,000 radius out. And we kind of just keep running that until we find a place on land. There is actually a better way to do this. A much better way to do this now that I learned, but I'm going to leave that for now. The reason why I'm doing this, I can't even justify this being efficient. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. There's a command that I use in another script. That is, I'm actually going to show you. It's for the transporting vehicles around. I'm going to find fragment move. It is called find safe pause. This is actually a really easy, awesome command to do. The only thing you have to do with this command, I think, is make sure that the position isn't... No, is this find safe pause? I don't think it's find safe pause. I think what I'm thinking of, or is it? No, it is find safe pause, yeah, because you can do a check for like land or anything. The only thing you have to do is make sure that it doesn't default to the world center or anything. So this is actually probably a better command if you're looking to like find a random position in a world that is in a good position or water on land. You might want to look into this one. I don't fully understand it, but I was able to get it to work for me, and it seemed to be a lot quicker and more optimized than other options. So that's good. So what I have for right now, and I'm okay, and the reason why I'm okay for the ambush to have this is it's only going to run for a little while. It's going to run maybe once every hour, and it's not the hugest concern for me right now at the moment. So if you're really struggling to squeeze out every frame rate and optimize everything, then I might come back and change this up. So what this does, again, is just to make sure, maybe I should comment this, make sure the spawn point is not in water. Okay. So now we need, once we got our positions, which is going to be positions here, we need to create our group. Awesome. So we're going to create group of resistance. And you can see before I just put an array of soldiers, which is okay in certain situations, but now we have the handy list of this group that we just want to spawn in. So now we can use this command here to create a group. So I'm going to go put that right here. And the position that I want to spawn is going to be, well, the one we found before. It's on land. It's going to be in the new group we created for resistance. And instead of having this check here, and which tends to be relatively slow, we're just going to have it select random from this. So what we do is just do a select random. I probably don't even need to put it in brackets, but I have a bad habit of that. So let's select a random here, and it'll select a random group from that list, and which will be a compiled list of all these config files. And that in theory should work if I'm understanding this correctly. We're going to see. Okay. So it's going to do that. It's a spawn group. And the one thing I want to see is, does the spawn group return anything? Does it return return value? It returns the group, which is good. So which is good, but we should be good because I can use the group here. I can get rid of this. And this is what I was using. So you can see I was using count because this works much better. But I want to do count units group. For each unit in that group, I want it to add this event handler for them taking damage, getting hit, and being killed. Okay. And then this is creating a second group, which we don't want. And we don't need to have the civilian spawn in to be rescued. And we don't need to have this public variable. We don't need to add actions to the hostages. But we do need to have Is this group 3? Do I need group 3? No, so we can get rid of this. Okay. So we do need to have a marker though. So here's the marker: create marker, local format, blah blah blah. So marker shape, and what we're going to do is have this center directly on where the ambush needs to happen. We're going to give it 200. Actually, we'll make it just 50. Be very specific of where they're at. So now this will create a marker right on top of where they need the player needs to go. There's no guessing in that. And we want to add a new message for the iPad. This is ambush resting troops. Okay. We'll say a group of resistance members, and we're out of time here, so I'm going to hurry this up. A group of resistance members are resting before moving to assist a local town. Move in and eliminate them before they move on. Something like that. Okay, this will send it just to the west side. Will be good. And then we'll add that to the current mission, which is what this does. We'll add mission to current west mission status. Okay. Let's see. So wait until. So what we want to do is wait until. Okay, so we need to do a couple of things. So always run a little check here. And for this one, we're going to do, let's see, we'll do 30 minutes times 60. Yeah, it's alright. So the players don't finish it in 30 minutes. What we want it to do is end the mission in a failure, which I'm going to leave that out for now. I'm going to come back and finish that because we were out of time. But what I want to do is wait for the group to be killed completely before it does anything else. So there is a command that I always mess up. I want to make sure that I get it right. Here we go. So what I want to do is wait for and wait until the units is less than 1. So wait until the alive units in that group are less than 1, then move on. Okay, and then once that happens, the current mission will clear. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of this check right now. We'll add this back in later. Then it's going to give the players, just doing 1,000 cash right now, we'll say ambush destroyed. And it'll give everyone within 1,000 meters money, and the AI will be set to do missions again. Sweet. So we just got we just made a mission. That was actually pretty quick overall in comparison. So we're going to go ahead and hit play, and we're going to force spawn it in, and we're going to see what happens. There might be a mistake. I would kind of breeze through that because I've been running way over time. I'm about 3 minutes over time, so I do not want to keep that train going. Okay. Armor's loaded.
Congratulations, soldier.
Okay.
You've been
So
promoted.
I'm going to go ahead and do west spawn that. Oh, we got an error. Type group expected side. I think I made a mistake there. And yeah, one thing I just noticed is that marker might be too small to see. I'm not seeing it. So what I'm thinking is I must have did something wrong with the And we can test this in game real quick. Creating the group for the spawn group. Did I read something there? Oh, side, not group. It needs side. Okay, we don't even need to create a group. Oh, whoops. Okay, so all I need to do is just put this there. Actually, you can just do this. That makes so much more sense now. Okay, so that should work like that to my understanding. We also need to make sure to get the private variables here. I always use this because I'm lazy. And this is just simply amazing. This automatically generates the private variables. The way I'm doing them is not the best way to do this, but, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm not perfect, I'll admit that, and sometimes I just like to have things working first and then go back and then make them. That's how I stay kind of entertained. Okay, let's go ahead and execute the mission again. And what we need to do for this test is to make this test equals west. Man, I'm making a lot of silly mistakes here. Okay, there it is. I can immediately see it on the map right there. And we're going to go ahead and do our normal cheats, teleport click. We can do player set captive true. You can also see that command vehicle, or when they build bases, clears like a significant chunk of terrain around the base. Allow room for vehicles. So we can teleport here, and I teleported right inside this vehicle. And I might need to do some basic handling for checking the make sure it's in a good position. So you can see there's actually some AI spread around here, more than I thought there would be. And yeah, look at that. So now we need to test. What happens? You know, I didn't think that through. But that's a great way to learn that. No, I did not think that through. That's so funny. Player set captive true. Get that ready. So I should still be teleporting around. Yep. Alright. Oh, not into that. Okay, these guys are probably a little confused as to how that just suddenly blew up. So we're going to go ahead and put them out of their misery real fast. He's not dead. Where are they? Oh. I'm really sorry about this. It was me. Oh, wow, that's sneaky. Okay, so they're all dead. Is there still, I think there's someone still alive. Oh, yeah, that guy's still technically alive. Okay, ambush destroyed. Plus 1,000. And the marker's gone. There we go. So that's the basics on how to make a mission. And the good thing is that since I'm putting in its own fault, I'm trying to keep this mostly organized and mostly like make common sense. Is I love it when people, I've had people before like, hey, can I make a little mission for that, or can I do that, or how can I tweak yours, or do whatever. It's simple. It's just this little array here that tells you the playstyles, what additional missions they get. You just add on to this list here, the mission list here. And then you make sure the mission is down here and what script that mission calls right here. And then you just make it in the missions folder and make sure to compile it in the init or pre-process compile. And you can make it like this. Now one thing I'm gonna have to do eventually is have a west and east side here. So this is what the west does, and if it's the east side, what they do. And they're going to be pretty much copy and paste for the most part, except for changing unit unit classes here and there. So, all right. So, everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, and I'll see you later on the battlefield. Bye.